At Kroger,
ready to make something great? At GE Appliances, we do it every day, building appliances people depend on. GE Appliance Park is hiring full-time for all shifts. Join our manufacturing production team and be part over 100 years of American manufacturing. Apply today at makeitathepark.com. Make a difference? Make it at GE Appliance Park. Makeitathepark.com.
Miss anything for your favorite shows? Head over to the GE Appliances Podcast Center on ESPNLouisville.com. Apply today at makeitathepark.com.
Visit Shane Company for the largest selection of beautiful, unique engagement rings created by our designers. Find the perfect ring to symbolize your love. Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and ShaneCo.com.
At Kroger, fresh groceries are our thing, so we check your delivery order for freshness at every step from farm to store and pick and pack every veggie in your free pickup order with care, because we treat your food the way we'd want ours to be treated. We're fresh every day, so shop anyway. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
Get more ways to save at the Buy 5 or More Save $1 each sale. Just buy 5 or more participating items and save $1 each with card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
I'm former Louisville basketball player Luke Hancock. When the NCAA tried to take away the Most Outstanding Player Award from the 2013 tournament, I got it back thanks to Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is the personal injury firm that fights for the people, and their team treats clients like family. Morgan & Morgan changed my life, and if you've been injured in a car crash, at work, or in a slip and fall, they may be able to change yours. For a free consultation, dial #LAW on your cell phone. That's #529, Offices Louisville.
Prescription products require an online consultation. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information.
Think you might have ED? Not sure? Well, we'd like to let you in on a little secret. ED is common. About 40% of men experience ED by age 40, but the solution is simple. Find it at 4hims.com.
I didn't have to talk to a doctor in person. There was no copay, and the medication was shipped right to my door in discreet packaging.
Hims took care of it, fast and easy. Now our love life is better than ever.
Get access to doctors online who can prescribe you FDA-approved ED medication if appropriate. The same active ingredient as name brands, but 90% cheaper. Skip the waiting rooms and pharmacy lines. Get a free medical consultation and rise to the occasion or your money back. Go to 4hims.com/radio to get your first visit free. No copay required. The only way to get this special offer is to go to 4hims.com/radio. FORHIMS.com/RADIO.
Beautiful ball into the run of Napo Masoso, and what a team goal from Louisville City.
Hey, it's Jeff Greer. Lou City is back in action Saturday as the boys in purple hit the road to take on Birmingham Legion. Join Casey Whitfield and me starting at 7:15 for pregame coverage, followed by the game broadcast just past 7:30. It's all right here on ESPN 6.
You getting 30 seconds, buddy?
93.9 The Ville and the ESPN Louisville app.
Oh, ship! I need to get this package downtown by noon.
Don't worry. There's a brand new on-demand delivery service by Z-Trip. It's Z Shipping.
Are you shipping me?
No, we're shipping your packages.
For the quickest, affordable, on-demand courier service, visit zshipping.com. zshipping.com. Let Z-Ship help you with your delivery needs. That's zshipping.com.
This is Steve Rummage, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville.
That's his game. They don't get back. Hayward's look at his steal. Here's the steal. 3-on-1. Alley-oop. Oh, my goodness. Marques Maybin. And you certainly are in love with him here in Louisville. Marques in the open floor. Hops incredible. Here comes Maybin. Up the steal. Oh, my goodness.
Get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's get ready for Marques Maybin. You're about midway to the midday with Marques Maybin. And you can call in or lay back and just listen to Marques Maybin. So sit back and relax and watch Maybin.
Break it down like this.
Woo!
Broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services studio. Time for Middays with Marques Maybin on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marques Maybin
and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's Middays with Marques Maybin. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station of people. I hope you can hear it in my voice. My morning commute was absolutely beautiful. Compliments to the courteous drivers at the entry points of the expressway. Compliments to the turn on rights that knew how to turn on the rights. Compliments to all those left laners who got into the right lane just because it's the right thing to do. There is a traffic god out there. Steve Rummage in the building, Brian. Oh, that's my first one. Stop. Let's rewind that one. I knew it was coming. Steve Rummage in the building, Nick Valvano in the booth.
Now we're ready to go. Man, what? And you're right too, man. What a beautiful day outside. I mean,
it's perfect.
The last few days has just been phenomenal outside. I mean, today is no different. So it's like, oh yeah.
No, listen, so much so that I think I cooked myself a little bit yesterday. I was trying to prove to myself, it was, I had one of those moments, Steve. You and I always have these big these smell the roses moments. And I'm inside. I get home from work and I got a little work to do and I'm inside in this nice ice cold temperature. And I said, you know what? And I cut off the air, or I didn't cut it all the way off, but I moved up the air and I got changed. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna go work outside. Because I am not gonna spend when it finally gets cold, I'm not gonna spend miserable 5 months waiting for the heat again. I don't care how hot it is. I'm going outside today.
You know what's funny about that is it was yesterday, I think it was we have these French doors, right? I've never had. Okay, now people, it's funny because
awesome.
I appreciate little things like this. So people always laugh when they come over, and I'm like, "Oh man, check out these doors," and it's right to our little loft balcony thing we have out here, right? And I pulled them both open yesterday. It was like, oh dude, this is awesome, man. It's just great outside.
And it's funny you say that, because listen, when I was in France, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you move into your little loft and they're kind of showing you the amenities. And I think as an American, I pissed off the dude that was showing me the place, right? Because you like I said, you have the French, balcony doors, windows, or whatever. They're like glass doors, but they open like doors or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So he's trying to show me the place, and along with the French doors, you know what they have over there, Steve?
I'm listening.
Okay, imagine your blinds, your regular, just mini blinds, right? And instead of having that string, just imagine it's kind of like a little stick that's easy to twist, right? And the blinds are kind of like locked, locked into the window pane or whatever. So okay, just imagine them being locked in, like you can't pull the blinds out and swing them back and forth, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing: when you start spinning the stick, right, it locks the blinds into complete darkness. So in the day or night, you can literally make your place 1000% pitch black in
just the total blackout.
Yes, and when I tell you no light, where like if you had an alarm clock, it would look like a strobe, like you could make it that pitch black. So I'm over here playing with the little windowsill thing. And I'm like, this is awesome, And he's yeah, like y'all don't have those, and I'm like, no, we don't use these, but it's awesome. You know how, especially look, you're out of college, the cool thing is to do when you're young is be able to just, black out and do movies and stuff like that. So yeah,
absolutely.
So again, that's another story about just the little things that we enjoy. Nick Valvano in the booth. Nicky, what's going on, my man?
Oh, not much. Just enjoying the good weather as well. Oh, wait, I got a sounder. I forgot.
They want the boot.
Did it work? Did it work?
They work perfectly.
There we go.
Okay, so now you got to give us something about people. People need to know something about your life.
All right. Well, you guys are my friends, and I feel like admitting it's the first problem.
Ooh.
I went to the fair last night and spent way too much money on carnival games. But I was that guy.
As long as it wasn't basketball.
No, I didn't do basketball. I was pissed off because I got kind of the pity prize in the milk can game.
Like, you spent so much money, like, we don't want to send you out here empty-handed.
Well, like, you know, it's you get 2 shots for $5, and I'm sure it's, you know, that was being nice, and you could tell, you know, I got a hose, baby. It's just not accurate. That's the problem. So I the first one, I sailed over the thing and dented the metal in the back, and then the next one, I knocked over 2 of the cans. And then he was like, "Hey, you know what? You got your girlfriend's pretty. You want to take another one?" And I was like, "Okay." And then I knocked it down, and I got a giant stuffed cactus. So, but the pride in me, the rest of the night was always kind of like, why couldn't I do it in the 2? Why did I have to get that extra shot? And so then I tried.
But you still earned it with the actual.
I did.
action.
Like,
Okay.
I mean, and then, you know, that was a pure throw, knocked it right in the middle, and so there was no doubt. But still, it's a little bump. So then later on, there's a game where you have to break a bottle. They put all these beer bottles on, you know, pegs, and you have to hit it with like it's one of those squishy baseballs that you get from a you know, a batting cage.
Yep.
And the boy has a hose. I do. Truly do. But I couldn't hit one of the bottles.
Can you confirm that, Rummage? Does he have a hose arm?
Yes. Yeah. No. Yeah, Nick can sling it, man.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, but it's not accurate is the problem. So my girlfriend had to physically restrain me and be like, "Stop playing
over.
games. Like, stop it."
Did you pull anything?
Do what?
Did you pull anything?
Well, my arm is a little tight because I was like, surely, you know, if I can make up for the accuracy with sheer velocity,
right?
And and so she was like, "Stop it!" And I did a sweet Dwight Freeney rip move to get around her and get one more game in, and missed everything. And she's like, "You done now?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm done."
Yeah, listen,
So, but we left with a satchel of stuffed animals.
There is no faster way to pull a ligament on your body than have a woman watch you participate in any kind of competitive environment.
1,000% true.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, no warm up. I'm full of funnel cake.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
This
funnel
is
cake
juiced.
and beer. What could possibly go wrong? You know. So yeah.
Well, that was going to be my next question, man. Now, listen, I haven't made it out to the fair yet. I plan on it. We usually like to do one little evening at the fair. I can't do the full day, but I like to eat at the fair. Now, I've been cleaning up a little bit lately, so I'm not eating, but I will do a fair day probably, or a fair evening. So what did you eat, man?
Cake and beer.
Yeah, all in all, honestly, it was because I got talked out of doing the turkey leg. Or it wasn't talked out of it, but, you know, I kind of got the look from, I was with my girlfriend and my boyfriend's girlfriend, who's become really
Wait,
good friends with.
whoa.
Well, I had
over.
2. It was me, the missus, and a dear friend's girlfriend.
So wait a minute, your boyfriend has a girlfriend?
No, wait, how did I say that?
You said I was with my girlfriend and my boyfriend's girlfriend.
Oh, my bad. No, yeah, sorry, everybody. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but no. I got to clarify. I was with my good friend's girlfriend. So, okay, I said it backwards. My good friend's girlfriend has become really good friends with my girlfriend.
But you said it.
Okay, I said it.
Okay. Yeah,
do you want me to make this really awkward?
No, I mean, it's just obviously you feeling a certain way about your friend. Okay,
He's got great hair. Like
it came out.
My guy friend,
my bro, his girlfriend has become really good friends with my girlfriend, but they had a sick pup, so he stayed home. She went out and they drugged me along, and I was like, I don't want to go because I'm being cranky. I want to play Call of Duty. And so they're like, trust me, it'll be fun. Sure enough, had fun, but I had 2 voices of reason with me to keep me from being completely disgusting. So I had one normal size corn dog, not foot long, and then on the way out, I got a funnel cake.
You know what? That's about 90% of the things that I agree to go to. Like, it's like I don't want to go to them. Yeah. But 90% of the time, there's probably a 90% success rate of me having fun. And I don't know if that's just me. Am I good at making the best of a trip, or do I just need to get out more? You know, like I always have that debate. Like,
it's probably both. You're a fun guy. You bring the party with you, but you know, at the same time, you know, there's a tiny bit of curmudgeon in you. And so you gotta get like the curmudgeon-y side. Like, you know, I feel like it's vitamin levels, you know, you've got too high like an elevation of curmudgeon. So you just have to raise your natural fun endorphins. And I don't know, man. Maybe I need some more coffee because evidently this morning I'm not making any sense and I'm gay. So I don't really know what the hell's going on. So
now we have that. Way to go, Nick. No, listen. The reason I asked that is because everybody has their own little weird thing that they'll eat at the fair. Like when I go, I got to get my chicken pita.
Oh, you're nice.
Yeah,
the more ethnic of the Midway foods. I like it.
Yeah, I do the chicken pita with the runny cheese all over it. It's like my wife has to get the what are they called? The tater twist or whatever with the cheese. She likes the.
Okay, I haven't seen those. What is this now?
Tater twist. Not since I was like in the 5th grade or something.
Yeah, they're called they're like grater taters or something.
How did I miss this last night?
Oh yeah, no, they're like spiral cut potatoes, but they're like cooked with they're like chips. They're thin and cooked like chips.
That sounds delightful.
Oh yeah, and they put cheese all over them and stuff. Like that's her thing. So it's like that's why I was wondering. I was like, I didn't know if there was a look when I go to the fair, I got to get this. Like that. That's just that's kind of my thing. I don't know.
I'm a traditionalist. Funnel cake we're good. Yeah, funnel cake me. And I'm like Steve on this one. Look, Steve is he's famously or infamously. Nikki, Steve and myself have dined at some very nice places.
Oh yeah.
And you can't imagine the shame the moment Steve says, "I'll just have the chicken tenders, please." So
you go to like a steakhouse and
listen,
you get the
Nikki.
chicken tenders?
Listen, Nikki. He has no shame, but he does clarify. He does back it up with sound logic. Said sound logic is if they don't have good chicken tenders, they suck as a restaurant.
Damn, you know what? That's
right.
That's my fair food.
Chicken tenders?
No.
Oh.
Funnel cake.
Oh, okay.
If your funnel cake sucks, like the majority of the people should be able to have a funnel cake and leave this place thinking, I can't wait to come back next year just to have another funnel cake.
Yeah, sure.
Because that's just one of the oldest fair foods. It's the most proven food. So it did take me a while to just like, come on, Steve.
But I get it now because even if they don't have said chicken tenders, they can make it easy.
Right, that's a good point too.
Bread it yourself, and then you can. That's what we do at our restaurant for kiddos. So
and which restaurant is that?
Equus Jack's in the heart of St. Matthews.
Spell it.
EQUUS. Took me about 3 months working there to figure out how to pronounce the damn place. I was like, Equus.
Yeah, right.
They were like, there's no O in there, Nick. And I was like, all right, I'm going to go back to badly pouring wine. Just say Jack's Lounge. We also have a speakeasy, Black Rabbit. Come see me. How you doing?
Yeah, I was going to say, that sounds pretty good.
And our chicken, we have fine chicken tenders, but there's our fried chicken there, Steve.
Yeah.
It's like a wing breast combo.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, it's like the one entree that's never changed since I've been there. One little bone in the side. It's the size of my head, and I was a C-section, boys. It's a big ass piece of chicken.
Yeah, that sounds legit.
One more time. Where at?
In the heart of St. Matthew, Sears Avenue, right next to where may rest in peace Del Frisco's and the laser tag used to be. So I tell all my young lad friends, come by, maybe get dinner. Go play laser tag, come back for a cocktail, and done.
Fair enough. I gotta say this, Steve. This is early in the show. It didn't really plan on making the show notes, but I gotta say something. I have to stop and say something in general about a coworker.
Okay.
Two coworkers.
Oh.
I listen. You know how I am, Steve. I listen. This is my family, right? So I feel like at some point I can judge my coworkers like I judge my basketball team. They've raised the standard around here. Like I said, once you see how influential that ESPN Louisville is, statewide, citywide, countywide. ESPN Louisville is very influential. Like, let's never forget that,
I agree.
So, in school, we never thought it really made sense that you had to show your work, especially if you were kind of a naturally smart kid.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're just like, showing your work was like 90. Little did we know how much showing your work was preparing us for life. That means 90% of the crap you're going to be doing is useless and you're doing it to appease somebody else. But it's inefficient.
Right.
That's how I felt about it, most of the stuff. Until I started sucking in math, and then I was like, you should have shown me work. But anyway, the point being is teachers who taught you something and they watched you work through a problem. Think about the pride that you have, Steve, when you watch Xavier figure out how to get those toys in that thing and zip it. Here's the thing. I think this is just a man woman difference. Let him figure it out, woman. Men have been yelling this for since the dawn of time. No, let him figure it out. He's struggling. He's getting frustrated. He's crying. No, let him figure it out.
But there's all the helicopter parents, though.
Right. That's the point.
Following around.
That's the point. That's the point. That I missed the separation between parents arguing about she wants to help him. Dad said, no, he'll fall. Listen, he'll either get it right or he'll bust his ass and get it right next time. And no, he's going to hurt himself. And, I love that debate because it means two people are bringing something entirely different to the table, which makes, the world great. Two sides make the world great. I know I'm going down a kind of a ranty line, but it's all going to come together at the end. Showing your work, watching people figure things out, watching them work through it. This morning, I could not have been prouder to listen to Mark Baker and Drew Diener work through the riddle wrapped up inside of enigma, whatever that the phrase is, that is Malik Cunningham. Now, Steve, I know people are going to get irritated with us, and when we do that, we've been telling you, we love to do that, and we know it irritates some people, but we know that people have to admit, yeah, he did. They have been saying that. So, Steve, you know what I heard?
I'm listening.
This morning, I heard Drew Diener say, well, did you know that Malik Cunningham was the all-time most efficient quarterback in the history of Louisville? Right. And he was like, man, I was surprised to hear that. And he's like, well, Malik, the interceptions and then they come up with another stat and it's like, well, yeah, if Malik didn't play or Malik completes one more touchdown, he's going to be number 6 all time and statistical categories and quarterback play at the University of Louisville. And it's like, yeah. And I'm listening and I'm like, keep going. And I'm just listening to him like say, well, man, when you look at the numbers and they keep on saying these stats and stuff that Malik has, and the only thing they keep going back into is the year of his turnovers. And I'm like, yes, keep going. Listen, you're watching the kid go, and the remainder, and you're like, yeah, there's a little remainder. Right. You carry it, you carry the 4 and keep on going or whatever. And they're like, man, by the end of the conversation, they were like, man, outside the turnovers last year, he's been a damn good quarterback.
Right.
And you're like, right. And then they were talking about, like, I forget what the number was, but Drew was like, they had him ranked as the number 66 best college player. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yes, keep going. And he's like, I mean, this is what Drew said, though. Drew, you could have left.
Drew can be a little bit of a wet blanket.
Listen. Speaking of wet blanket, Steve, this is what Drew threw in that I just said, oh God. Listen, look, Drew was talking about him being the 66 player, right?
Right.
And then Drew puts this on the back end. I mean, is that because nobody just knows a lot of college football players? I'm like, Drew, now why didn't you just leave that out? No, Drew, he is not ranked 66 because nobody knows who the college players are.
Talk about eating all the sprinkles off the donut.
Right,
Come
right.
on now, man.
That's a hilarious thing you just said, Nick.
The sprinkles off.
The sprinkles off the donut. That's Drew Diener. It's Drew Diener in the morning.
But does that make sense? What I was saying as far as listening to somebody work through, like something we know and something we said, and again, the next step as we get closer to the season, there's gonna be a little thirst, or the ACC network's gonna start throwing a couple Louisville games up on TV, or a link or two is gonna come out from Marques's page where they say, hey, well, why don't you all watch this condensed version? And then you're gonna watch a little bit of this game, and then you're gonna say, damn, that interception wasn't his fault. That interception got, tipped by his receiver up in the air and hit 3 people's hands. Or you're gonna see that it's fourth and 17.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there's 1 minute and 12 seconds to go in the game, and we're down by 14.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna see that interception. And you're gonna say, man, his year wasn't that bad at all. Actually, just to that point, I'll put a bow tie on this. And Lord knows I'm not allowed to talk about this subject for more than 16 seconds before I get the text message from your boy Steve.
Okay.
I did talk to Jalen last night.
Okay.
And the film confirmed what we were saying. Said,
really?
I said, what's going on, Jay? And then I said, y'all do film? He said, yeah. I said, what'd you think? It's like, yeah, He said, yeah. He's like, that was a nice throw on that touchdown. I say, yeah, son, that was Ben Roethlisberger, and that was a nice throw to the back shoulder. I said, well, and just like I told you, Steve, I said, well, what bothered you? He said that blitz and that sack. He had that quarterback dead to rights and didn't finish off the job. He said, he said that's the play I wanted back. I said, what about you? What about the Ebron when he cooked you? You know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, he's good. Because Ebron was on Detroit Lions team when he got drafted.
Right.
So he was like, he been doing that to me for years. So it's all good.
Some things never change.
Yeah, right. So, but again, for the coaches to acknowledge, hey, son, when you go back and look at the film,
well, that's what I say, man. I mean, people aren't these teams in college. I mean, this is the same for college too. Maybe not all the way to the extent of the NFL, because the NFL, they can make the greatest plays in the world, literally. But they're not fans. They don't, you know what I'm saying? Like the people over there on Floyd Street, they're not fans of the team. They're the team. So the coach goes, look, not every play that doesn't go our way was a bad play. I mean,
play by a player. Sometimes, they got us on this one, guys. Yeah, they got us. We thought the safety was coming down. The safety stayed up. We called this play. They got us. Malik, don't worry about that.
Yeah,
that was our pick.
Right. I mean, and that happens, and vice versa, man. I mean, and a lot of times, and then there's a lot of times that you just get lucky that somebody doesn't make a play,
like Louisville's defense last year.
Yeah.
Dropping, our turnover margin should have been much higher. Okay. So here's the thing. We've kind of stumbled into the football conversation, but there is another obligatory conversation we must have, but we'll do it right after the commercial break. Middays with Marques Maybin on 939 The Bill.
You've got ants inside the house, mosquitoes out.
Hey, how do you want me handling callers?
Termites eating your house.
How do you want me handling callers? Sorry, do you use the screen? Do you text? You want me just getting in your ear? Okay, cool.
Quality Pest Services since 1970.
Okay, cool.
Protect your home and property and call OPC Pest Services for a free estimate at 969-9635 or visit opcpest.com. Again, that's 969-9635.
What? About BHR? Oh, yeah. Should have gotten your ear.
Is it.
I'll give him a shout out on the other side.
This Diamond's GIA Diamond Extravaganza. Response has been amazing as savvy shoppers take advantage of this incredible value. It's truly a game-changing offer. Now through Sunday, all GIA certified diamonds at Genesis are 20% off. That's 20% below Genesis' already unbeatable price on the most beautiful GIA diamonds you've ever seen. Listen, this never happens. These discounts are rarely, if even offered to the general public. A 20% savings on all GIA certified diamonds is truly unheard of. In fact, don't be surprised to see other jewelry store owners and even diamond wholesalers shopping alongside you at this event. All diamond shapes are included. Rounds, ovals, princess cuts, cushion cuts, hair shaped, even fancy yellow diamonds. From a half carat to 10 carats, from $1,500 to $500,000. Don't miss this chance. Get Genesis guaranteed best price minus an extra 20% on all GIA certified diamonds. But remember, this special offer ends at 6 p.m. this Sunday and will not be extended. Hurry for the best selection only at Genesis Diamonds, Shelbyville Road Plaza. See store for details.
Here's what you missed on The Drive with Mark Ennis.
I swear to you, I mean this. There's something whiplash-like about fumbles after big plays or in big plays. Like Malik, like you said, it's like a 30-yard run. You're like, hell yeah, we just flipped the field.
We're about
field
to go
goal
tie
range.
this game up.
And then you fumble at the end of that run, and it's like, oh, not only do you not have that, it's like now they have the ball.
The Drive, weekdays 3 to 6 on 93.9 The Ville.
Yeah, it's that good. Verno's Pizza. Good taste, happy face, your place, my place. What's gonna make you happy? It's the smile I see on your face. It's that good. Yes, it is, and we deliver it. Oh, oh, oh. Taste is fun. Yes, it is. We guarantee it. Yeah, it's that good. Verno's Pizza. Yeah, it's that good.
This is Bob Valvano. As some of you know, I have stage 4 leukemia. Thanks to 2 new medications that are both less than 5 years old, my progress has been good and my prognosis is strong. Those medications only came about because of research funded from people like you. My late brother Jim said, I need your help. It may not save my life, but it may save someone you love. This research is doing just that. We created Kentuckiana Friends of V, a local 501c3 organization that works in close cooperation with the V Foundation to fund research and preventive initiatives locally, right here in the Kentuckiana area. Won't you consider helping us in that quest? Sign up for an event, volunteer, or just make a donation at kfov.org. You really do help save lives like mine. That's kfov.org.
We're just days away from North America's biggest turf party. Sunday, September 5th, Kentucky Downs is welcoming you back. With support from the Kentucky Thoroughbred Development Fund, Kentucky Downs offers the country's most lucrative purses and biggest fields. Opening day features a pair of $500,000 races, the Dueling Grounds Derby, and Oaks. Hit up KentuckyDownsTickets.com and reserve your table at the new VIP Chalet or distinctive Finish Line Pavilion. There's nothing like it in America. It's opening day at Kentucky Downs, Labor Day Sunday.
Of all the things you do to protect your health, none is more important than staying on your medication. And here's a little encouragement. At CVS, you can earn up to 50 extra bucks rewards each year just for filling your prescriptions. That's healthier, made easier. Visit your local CVS to sign up and start earning now. Terms and conditions apply. Not available in all states. See cvs.com/RX rewards or the pharmacy for details.
Benito's line cook just threw in his kitchen towel.
This order needs to go out right now.
He needs to find help before his customers are left waiting.
So sorry. We'll be right with you. Who's got table 6?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Far post and it's headed in. It's a goal for Louisville City.
Hey, it's Jeff Greer. Lou City is back in action Saturday as the boys in purple hit the road to take on Birmingham Legion. Join Casey Whitfield and me starting at 7:15 for pregame coverage, followed by the game broadcast just past 7:30. It's all right here on ESPN 680, 105.7, 93.9 The Ville, and the ESPN Louisville app.
Yeah, can I go ahead and grab one of those? Thank you.
Right. Okay, so here's the thing, Steve. There's a segment that we do on the show. People seem to really, really enjoy it, but we here at 93.9 The Ville, we love to give our producers opportunities to shine and show their talents as well. So today, when we do this segment, it's going to have a bit of a different feel to it. But but when we do this segment, I encourage people to get out their notepads or their legal pads, I should say. Just to take notes. And
Kentucky football.
I mean, who knows? Who knows, Steve? But
fair enough.
I'll tell you what, we'll just kind of sit back for a couple seconds and everybody enjoys this segment. So fire away.
Did you sleep Friday, or did you just tweet all through the night? Did you
all Friday? No.
Yeah, it seemed like you went to bed tweeting, woke up tweeting.
Well, I couldn't
in your
sleep.
sleep.
I had all these hiccups. And people are like, you really need to look into this. You really need to look. And I'm like, there's nothing there at all. And then finally, I get this fraternity that reaches out to me. And it's like wanting to chat and like, what do we do? Nobody will talk to us. Like, we got in trouble for throwing a party. We got beat up. Guy put a gun in one of my brother's face. What do we do? And I'm like, well, you go do this, this, and this. And then I've seen it two separate people.
Okay.
At least that.
According to them,
according to them, that Eric Crawford has talked to at WDRB.
Right.
So you've got two different people. Do you have 4 or 5 people that saw the gun? The thing to know is that there were 3 incidents here. Okay. Like, there was the first incident when they were asked to leave and they put up a fight about it. There was a second incident the day of the night that the really bad incident, and the second incident's the one that you have on video, and I've sent it to you. But the thing is,
I can't really tell much. I mean, it's right. It doesn't.
And it's important to note that that's not the fraternity that got beat up later on that night. That was a misidentified fraternity. Like, that was not the fraternity. It was the second fraternity that's involved that got beat up in that video. So the Kentucky football players who did that, okay, they thought that they were going after the dudes that they got later. But they so you got 2 fraternities involved. Everybody's focused on one fraternity. There's 2 of them. You got lots of people who have bruises, and there's females with bruises around their necks. You've seen some of those photos, and it's like, okay, well, how much more evidence do you want to do? And then I would say,
music okay? 2 hours.
Arrest, 8 charges brought now in 4 months.
Why are there no? I mean, that question is fair. Why were there no assault charges? If this is just burglary,
great question.
I think there's a lot of questions for the elections and police.
There are players. So in discussing this with the fraternity, there's a player that was not charged. I was surprised by.
Okay,
because they allege that he actually inflicted some of the most significant damage to one of the attendees of the party. And I don't know if that means that the investigation is ongoing, if more charges will be brought later, or if they can't actually place this particular player there. And one of the reasons why this is that the student conduct review hearing, the attorney that was representing Vito Tisdale had information on this individual and said this football player was actually in quarantine at the time, and it was impossible that he would ever break quarantine and go beat the hell out of this kid. Okay. And so they're like, nah, that was 100% him. And then so there's this conflict about the information. I'll play ball. I'll at least hear, because I have been wondering about, people have been asking me to investigate Vito Tisdale, and I don't do investigations. Can you find out what happened? Sure. So this is the first crack, and I'm like, all right, let's see what's going on here. I talked to them, and the first thing that I can tell is that they're scared, very scared. Like they don't feel like they've been supported. They've gotten in trouble and they've been assaulted. And then one of the things that happened after the student conduct review hearing is that the football players, allegedly from the fraternity, would show up around their house. Girlfriends coming in, and then the girlfriends would come into the house and be like, "They're out there." Is Kentucky football really going to go 8-0 against prosecutors this summer?
Thoughts, Steve?
Well,
first and foremost, you need to compliment my producer.
Yeah, listen, that's a nice little mashup there. Yeah, I will compliments to the producer, which, by the way, yesterday I did get a lot of phone calls, texts that said they really enjoyed Nikki V.
He's just getting warmed up, y'all. Don't worry.
But yeah. I mean, that's a pretty good way to mash that up there.
That was Mark Blakenbaker this morning, who has the best understanding and the best perspective to simplify it all.
Yeah.
And Mark didn't even add in the Vito Tisdale probation, or I'm sorry, 45 days in jail avoided by going on probation to all of that conversation. So actually, he said, are they going to go 8-0? Maybe it would be 9-0.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could count probation as, a punishment. It's like, so I'll give them that one. Say, okay, well, you did get put on probation. Which for most people is a dangerous thing because watch P's and Q's. And God knows. The local media around here knows all about probation and what
probation means. One step away from death penalty at all times.
Yeah. So I know y'all know what probation means and because if I've been told once, I've been told 150 times. Well, Steve, they were already on probation. Steve, they were already on probation. Steve, they were already on probation. So I know y'all know what probation means. So, and that right there is another wrinkle to the story. But again, the bigger thing I think is what he said there at the end, because we're just talking this summer. But now, because here's what I heard yesterday. I think it was Drew said it. And I get what Drew was saying, but he said, Louisville's past sins make stories bigger. Then it's time to start looking at Kentucky's past sins that have just been glossed over by the media. So if we're going to say that, then we're going to have to go back and say, okay, well, let's look back into this Cash Daniel thing with the woman that just seemed to get brushed under the rug. Let's look back into, I'm not even doing the on the field stuff. You can make that argument.
My basketball player. Hanging out the car.
Derek Willis.
Yeah. That was one of the most egregious. I called their coach, the Bo Knight DUI, a platinum DUI. Derek Willis was the GOAT of DUIs.
And there was somebody with him.
And had two people totally passed out in the middle of the street.
Yeah, and to my knowledge, there wasn't much more than like a game or something, maybe. So, we can go back into that. We can run.
Listen, Drew even asked the question. He said, "Well, why wasn't there a?"
Yeah, right.
Yes, that's the point. Great question.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to answer that question? But to your point, you're right, Steve. That's the point. If you say past, we have to bring up all these past. But that's where I make the leap to the media, though, Steve. When I say the thirst to uncover every aspect of a violation or a possible violation, it's a conversation. One thing I don't like to hear, and I've heard it from, I think, about pretty much everybody. I've heard this. It's the same old two-step. When you involve a woman outside of it being a sexual thing, like sexual, there's a thirst for it all. But violence, I really don't want to bring it up. I really don't want to talk about it. Right? Mm-hmm. That's the same. That's the same. That's the same two-step. You know what the other two-step is? I listened. I love, before I got into radio, before I got into sports media, before I got into blog sites and all this stuff, me just listening to sports shows, me reading sports content, right? There's one thing that I did that I knew for a fact. in the coverage of Louisville scandal per hour, Steve.
Yeah.
You got about 45 to 90 seconds of, oh man, Kentucky fans got to be loving this. Ha ha ha. But that's it. That's it. Right?
Right. Absolutely.
When I hear Kentucky being discussed in a negative light, it takes, 4 minutes max before we're talking about a Louisville angle to it. Oh, Louisville fans just think that no. 8 crimes, 8 scandals that have absolutely nothing to do with Louisville. But if you look at the ratio of how much Louisville is talked about during Kentucky crimes, it's remarkable. Analytically, you cannot deny what I'm saying here. When you never bring up Kentucky fans when you're picking apart Dino and Chris Mack, right?
Right.
When you're picking up, you never care about how worked up Kentucky fans are and how much fun they're having on the internet and how much fun Kentucky feels about how Kentucky feels about the IARP or something. You never talk about that, Steve.
Right.
Nobody ever said you talk about every single angle. Firings, suspensions, NCAA, Vince Tyree, recruiting players, losing recruits, losing trend. Every single story sounds the same. It's individually picked apart a story, but that's why I say it's a bloodthirst to dissect. And when I hear wait for facts, you know what goes into my brain? That is the 100% opposite of what sports radio is. Sports radio is made up of predictions, speculations, educated guesses. Where there's smoke, there's fire, and this, this guy doesn't like each other. All these phrases that you use, none of them are, well, let's just wait and see the final record and see if it was a good year. Let's just wait and see till no, you speculate. You figure out what angle. Okay, what if this happens? What do we do? Steve, what's the thing we do when we paint just imaginary situations? I call it hypothetical. Thank you. I was blocking for a second. Hypotheticals. What if this? What if he has to suspend this dude? What if he has to backdate some suspensions? What if coaches? What if some of the alumni started speaking up? How does this affect his contract? Like all that. We do that every single time. And again, when it's Louisville, you never bring up how the Kentucky fans are handling a Louisville scandal, other than, man, Kentucky's having a good time with this one. But Louisville's earned it. And then you start talking about Louisville. I don't know where I missed the memo, Steve.
Right.
That you have to bring up how Kentucky fans or how Louisville fans or how they're out of line on the show. It's like the Blakenbaker thing. When the hell did Blakenbaker's information and him being a Louisville fan, but you won't let Mark Blakenbaker say, he literally Mark Blakenbaker say, okay, what if I told you that the officer on the scene was a former Kentucky football player? Right? Okay, what if I told you that the judge of the case, his son was a wide receiver on the football team 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Right. And what if I said, okay, that feels funny to me, you know what I'm saying? But yet you say, oh, well, you just got to deal with that. It's Lexington, that's going to happen. Okay. So when Blake and Baker has information, but you say, oh, that really, you kind of got to take it with a grain of salt because he's a Louisville fan. So you're allowed to say, okay, they're professionals, they do their job. When it's when it's a Kentucky covering Kentucky things, but if Blake and Baker says something, you're immediately on his credibility of the story,
right?
And he told you, like, he shares our sentiment with. I don't do investigations, but he would have been an active participant, Steve, if he looked the other way.
Mm-hmm.
If a fraternity went to Mark Blakenbaker, because they said, listen, and don't say that going to Mark Blakenbaker is a suspect move, because even Mark Blakenbaker waited to see if it was a suspect move and said, hey, no, you should take it here. Don't even bring this to me. I mean, I want to know what's going on, but don't, handle this through the proper channels, right?
Mm-hmm.
But hey, guess what, people? As long as you've been alive, and every movie you've seen and every book you've ever read, when somebody needs help, you go to outside parties.
Yeah.
You go somewhere else, somebody who isn't tainted by these people. And again, props to Mark for saying, okay, I don't trust it either, but I'll look into it. And like I said, when I started receiving information like that, I was doing the same thing. This is a setup. Like nobody, like I'm just Marques Maybin. Nobody's bringing me inside information about the Kentucky story. They're trying to entrap me.
Oh, right. Right.
Yeah. They're trying to ruin my credibility by having. But I don't do that. Like I don't tell what the parents tell me. I don't do that. So, once I did know that I wasn't the only one, I say, okay, this story is getting into enough good hands that I don't know how quick it's gonna get. It's gonna move up the ladder to go public, but I knew it was. So I was like, okay, I'll let the process kind of take care of itself. Because again, I'm not the guy for this. I don't even have the journalistic credibility to even break a story.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't want to risk. It's one of those things like I'm a lawyer for this kind of thing, and I don't want to risk putting my my reputation on your on your story. Your story is more important. It's bigger than what I can provide for you. You know what I'm saying? So the phrasing of or the tactic, the two-step, the same dance two-step of whenever it's a Kentucky thing, it goes along with the lack of you calling the Derek Willis thing a scandal, because that's what it is. When like it was 2 years ago, you had a kid in there with guns. You had a kid on campus, $250,000 in a brown paper bag or a plastic bag with pills in the car. Like, man, these are scandals. So yes, I'm glad you pointed out that when you say Louisville's history, it's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same.
I mean, listen, you have to add in my quarterback getting knocked out on campus in a fight. You have to add in, because this all gets added in on Louisville. You have to add in 4 players running around campus with airsoft guns,
shooting people on campus. And have you ever got hit with one of those, y'all?
Right.
They hurt.
Yeah. I'm like, look, so that's why I don't like I get it. And I do understand that comes with the territory. That well, if you're
wait, Steve. State your G business. State your business, Patty Ice. State your business now.
You got some good hair today. Thank you. What's going on? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
State your business. State your business. We are getting.
I'm in here talking to Nicholas.
We are in a courting relationship and developing our back and forth chemistry in 93.9 DeVille, and you are sitting in there stalking. He's been in here 2 days, and Patty Ice has been in here 2 days having producer meetings. State your business.
Well, I'm waiting for you guys to go to break because I got to do something during the break.
Wait a minute. You're waiting for us to go to break while simultaneously not waiting for us to go to break because we can't go to break because my producer's busy talking to you.
Well, I was actually helping your producer navigate his next break.
No, you were causing issues for my producer to navigate his best break. With that being said,
hey, I mean, if you guys don't want a tip-top shape producer, that's fine. I'll leave.
Go ahead.
I mean, that's your problem, not mine.
Go ahead and play us out, tip-top shape producer Nikki Valvano. But we are rolling along. Player segments coming up next. Quick commercial break. Middays with Marques Maybin on 19.9 The Ville.
The NFL is back, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is giving all new players a can't-miss offer for Week 1. Bet just $1 on any NFL game during the first week of the season and receive $200 in free bets instantly, no matter what. Take advantage of this limited-time offer now. You heard right. DraftKings is giving all new players $200 in free bets instantly when you place a bet of $1 or more on any Week 1 game. When you place a bet of $1 or more on any Week 1 game. Head to the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Head to the DraftKings Sportsbook.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Middays with Marques Maybin, 8150. 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. I have a huge problem. One of our best partners is making my life difficult. I got to give a shout out to our people over at Sternberg Truck and Van Rental. You know, they've you know, if you've been a partner, you know, if you listen to this show for a while, you know, when you hear Sternberg Truck and Van Rental, you know, good feelings come to your mind. But I got to say this. Sternberg, it took Steve and myself a long time to move to the Players Club. It took a long time to get us a street view, a street window. And Sternberg, you have decided to sabotage my view. And when it gets hot like this, listen, I'm not going to make this uncomfortable or anything, but I enjoy this scenery when it gets hot outside. And speaking of being hot outside, this is a reason temperature control is one of the most valuable resources one could have. And if you agree, then DFH Company is 100% the company for you. Simply dial 968-6222, or you can look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Look into the Mitsubishi mini split like the one we have here at the Players Club for that hard to heat, hard to cool room in your home. Again, 968-6222, or you can look them up online at dfhcompany.com.
Also, this is a reminder that the NFL is back, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is giving all new players a can't-miss offer for Week 1. Bet just $1 on any NFL game during the first week of the season and receive $200 in free bets instantly. No matter what, take advantage of this limited time offer now. You heard right. DraftKings is giving all new players $200 in free bets instantly when you place $1 or more on any Week 1 game. Cowboys over the Bucks. Just throw that out there. Well, if anybody wants to jump in on that,
you get good odds.
Yeah. Head to the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Check out all the great promotions and daily odds boosts. Plus, you can make every big game a big game with same game parlays. There you go, Marcus. So download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code WLCL to receive a $200 in free bets. I love these. When you place a $1 bet on any Week 1 game, that's promo code WLCL to get your free $200 in free bets instantly for a limited time only. DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the NFL. You must be 21 or older. Indiana only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you got a gambling problem, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
At what age would Steve Rummage have been bold enough to try the crate challenge?
I don't know if I've got to that age yet. I'm not climbing a bunch of crates.
Young Steve Rummage, 10-year-old Steve Rummage wouldn't have tried to go viral and impress his friends or the girls by pulling off the crate challenge.
No, I was always a pretty good sized dude, man. Like, listen.
So your size went into the decision making on that one.
Yeah. I'm not climbing. Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm not climbing crates, man. Yeah, like no.
Was there
way too wobbly?
Was there a Nicky Valvano that was ever risky enough to do the crate challenge?
I mean, I'd like to think that I had a relatively, healthy amount of danger in him in college, but I played, got shoehorned in there, baby. Played club hockey. Supposedly, I should.
Somebody could have hyped you up on a drunk night.
Oh yeah. I mean, it might have been even before I started drinking. But I mean, supposedly I'm supposed to have good balance, but I never did, which is why I played club hockey and not Division I or something. So I don't know, man. But then you look at how high they actually get and how unstable. I just feel like that's a bad shoulder neck injury waiting to happen.
And people should know that I did share a video of a successful gentleman who made it through the whole thing. But
was he multitasking? Was it that guy?
Oh no, I didn't see a guy multitasking.
Oh, there was a guy named White Mike who successfully completed it while rolling a doobie.
Shut up.
Nope.
No, he rolled the entire joint
while completing the challenge. And I saw that, and I saw a woman who wasn't fat but wasn't trim either.
We're gonna have to change your whole vocabulary on the words you use when it comes to descriptions of women.
I just finished my coffee too, so there's no excuses anymore. She looked athletic, but not like not light, a fleet of foot. You know what I'm saying? She was more of a fullback than a wide receiver. That's all I'm saying. But she completed it. Well done. I mean, quick feet on the way down and got paid a ton of money from the
Steve.
I'd say she's hovering around thick with 2 C's.
Do you remember a while ago you and I just having a conversation about Nikki Valvano and you and I just, like I said, we were just having a conversation like, yeah, I mean, Nick should, he's a good looking guy. He should have it, he should have it cracking. Everybody knows his name, knows his voice. He shouldn't have any problems at all, huh? And now we see why, Steve.
Yeah.
Steve, Steve, listening to Nikki's vocabulary or his ability to describe the dimensions of a female.
I promise I'm very respectful. Like if anything, I was, I friend zoned myself so much, but I'm starting to realize that, maybe a little bit of polish on the fastball, kept me from getting the complete game.
Maybe just some of your choice of words, because they're not like your choice of words won't get a verbal response. They may not even get a visual cue, but the words and phrases you use are seeds planted in the back that grow and fester, right? So it's like, no, don't even say that word.
I meant it in well intentioned,
right? But
there's a road to a certain place paved with those.
I do get your point. Okay, so you want to jump into the player profiles?
Well, we can, but also before we get into that, I tagged you guys on Twitter, but I don't know if y'all remember, but NHL 22, we got the full trailer and stuff for the game. Yeah, so I know we're excited about that on this show now.
Can I promote something maybe?
Please.
And I mean, and I'm gonna need your help with this, Marcus, because you here are the most video savvy of all the personalities at ESPN Louisville. And I've long since wanted to do some video thing. And I mean, none of us are professional gamers, or I hate to say it, IG models that play video games, which is basically what Twitch is made up of.
Right. Oh yeah.
And not to take away from some of the IG models, some of them are very good gamers too. But I want to do a Twitch stream, and I'd love to do some kind of league with Chell, as we say. Or maybe MLB The Show. I know a lot of the guys play it around here. And I think a Twitch stream, maybe, we do Twitch Tuesdays or something like that. 2 or 3 of us go into the conference room, leave it a mess so Nate sends an angry email the next morning, and then we play a league of some kind. I just don't know how to hook it up, and quite honestly, I'm lazy. So there's a very good chance this won't happen. But I think the pieces are here to make something very, very fun.
Well, I think you should do a Twitch stream regardless, because I think you would be an excellent. Seriously,
I'm not a good enough gamer, and I'm not pretty enough. But I think I got enough jokes. I got enough jokes.
You hear him, Steve?
Yeah, we're gonna. This is gonna be.
I am fishing for compliments a little bit too.
I'm starting to see why the universe put us and Nikki V together, like on the daily basis, because it's like, you know what, maybe. We needed Nikki V.
Nikki was the only person that knew it was mandatory to have to start to do the YouTube channel, to have a video representation. He's the only one that agreed with our just, we have to do something for the people who just want to see what's going on in the studio.
Nick could have, especially starting out on the local level, I think Nick could have a Twitch stream that would be excellent. That I think people would really be into around here locally, and bring other people on. And who cares? Like, I suck at video games.
I am pretty bad.
It would be a blast what if I come on there and play somebody? You know, like, all right, well, let's see if Steve can win today, or we do a league and look, I'm the Golden Knights with my NHL 22. You know, and because that's my squad. I did buy a shirt yesterday, y'all.
Proud of you.
I did buy a shirt. So Marques, you're on deck.
Speaking of Twitch, could you imagine people getting their opportunity to waste me on NBA 2K or something? Like if I just say, yeah, I'm gonna be on at 8:00 and I'm accepting all challengers.
I mean,
yes.
I wanted to, yeah, that would be it. We could have a King of the Hill, you know, where you just basically, you know, you pull John L. Sullivan, fight everyone in the room. But Steve would appreciate this, but you would too, Marques. I want desperately to do an ESPN Louisville personality Royal Rumble where we create all the characters and everyone comes in. Like, you know, I'd come in with a sandwich. You know, but Andy would be dressed as, you know, just like the Human Torch, because all he does is, you know, give hot takes. You know, I mean, it'd be great. Like you know,
I get the characters.
Yeah, Mark Blankenbaker comes in as like Adam Page is like the sheriff. You know, he's got like a cowboy motif,
right?
And then we get guys from the past, like guys that aren't here anymore. Like we get trying to think of I don't know if you guys remember James Tyree. Like, I mean, he used to do like a once a week show. Spencer Keatsman could come in, and yes, I know everyone would boo him. He's my friend.
I want the first matchup.
Yeah, no, we could do a whole undercard.
Give me Spencer first round.
There you go. There, over the top rope battle.
Spencer
royale.
or Phil Baker.
Oh, Phil. Well, Phil comes in with the Ric Flair. You know, I mean.
Oh yeah.
He's the
Phil
nature
would
boy.
Phil would be that.
I want to address one other thing real quick. Devin says Marques won't be leaving a mess. Okay, so let me announce this publicly. My public shaming. Yesterday or Friday, I left my water bottle in here over the weekend.
Oh,
the shame I felt. Because Nikki,
as you should.
You haven't been around for my ranting and raving about the lack of people cleaning up behind themselves. You know.
Oh, I look. If you want me to give you my I'll call names out. My Power 5 of messy here. I will 100% do that.
Listen, Marques talks too much crap about everybody else to be the one who left the mess, right?
Yeah, you don't want to give any fodder.
And where do we go? Where do we go to, Steve? The sepulchre.
Yeah.
I have committed treason.
Yes.
You know, like
a little Harry Carey action.
Right. So
that would provide a mess in the studio.
That was one. Leaving my water bottle, but that wasn't bad. But number two, I left my mic condom on.
Oh man, so you did the full Monty.
Yeah,
well, see, mic condoms are there. It's the opposite. You don't want to leave them on.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right.
Yeah, it's like that's a bad thing. Yeah.
So right now it smells like cleaning chemicals and what is it?
Sprayed. At least it got sprayed.
No, not sprayed. I took it to the bathroom and had to wash it for. Steve knows how I act about this.
Oh yeah,
I had to sanitize it, for lack of a better word. So yeah, I actually cooked my hands under the hot water. Okay. Player profiles. Let's move along. Player profiles. Who wants to take the honor of going first?
I'll do it.
Volunteers jumping right up.
All right.
Listen,
well,
look,
you know what? You do it.
Nikki has gotten. He's gotten to the He's a quick learner, y'all. Nikki does not mind going first because he does not want someone to steal his guy
100%.
after he goes through the trouble of finding who has not been taken yet. So that's what you just heard, people on this. I got it. Me. Let's go. No. Fire away, Nikki.
All right, so I'm just doing a quick scan. I looked earlier, but I don't think we've done this lad yet. And he will be someone that I think we'll be talking about. It's backup quarterback Evan Conley, sophomore from Marietta, Georgia.
We haven't done Evan Conley.
That's what I'm saying. I'm looking at the sheet, And I'm double checking.
The sheet is right.
I don't see Evan Conley on here. So, yeah, I'm surprised too. But last season, played in 3 games in a reserve role. Took his first snaps of the season at Notre Dame, completing 1 of 2 passes for 5 yards. Entered the fourth quarter against Syracuse and went 3 for 3 for 43 yards. This was in 2020. 2019 appeared in 7 games as a reserve, threw for 613 yards and 4 touchdowns, rushed for 88 yards and a touchdown.
Wait a minute. Can you read that those stats appeared in how many games?
7 games as a backup.
In what year?
That was in 2019.
In 2019, Evan Conley played in 7 games and had 600 yards and how many touchdowns?
613 yards and 4 TDs on in the air, 1 on the ground, rushed for 88. Came in against WKU, connected with a 1-2-2 Atwell for a 62-yard bomb. Named ACC quarterback and rookie of the week. This is the backup quarterback, people. After throwing for 196 yards and 2 scores, rushing on the ground for 79 against Wake Forest. I mean, the guy's got some accolades. Named to Manning Award Stars of the Week. Davey O'Brien Award, grade 8 following Wake Forest. He just balled out against Wake Forest. We have a specialist. In NASCAR, there's a road course specialist. We've got a Demon Deacon specialist in Evan Conley. So, I mean, and you heard Satterfield earlier this week. We played a little bit of the sound from the weekend saying that he's the backup. They have a lot of confidence in him, and honestly wouldn't be upset putting him in there. So, I mean, the kids, as far you got to feel. I feel like in doing this, there's certain things that look rough season last year. You're losing 2 stars. I mean, there's no way around it. There's some questions going in. There's some nerves going in. But there's a couple things where I feel like you can at least well, we don't have to worry about that. And, my buddy Mitch Hall, I'm just saying we're buddies now. The long snapper, automatic, has not had, I'm putting the Maloki on him. God, I know I am.
No, this is listen, this is the equivalent to fantasy football. You will remember the player profiles you did yourself.
Right.
And it's like, you don't let go of players that got you success in fantasy football. Even like next year, if you don't get that same guy, there's still something something inside of you, like, yeah, that guy helped me win a championship. So.
Do you draft the guys that absolutely beat the crap out of you, or do you forever hold a grudge? Because that's how it was for Todd Gurley with me. I actually got to see him live dash my hopes at an ESPN Louisville fantasy football championship, and Brian Hall. And
you hold the grudge
a little bit, and I've always thought about drafting him, but there's that little you know what, Todd, from all accounts, it's a very nice guy. A very, very nice guy and a great player. But
good friends with Montrezl Harrell.
Yeah. And I still remember that 88-yard double reverse he ran live and absolutely put up at that point a league record 55 points against me in the championship game. And I got to see Marcus Mariota squirt out 8 points for me, throwing for 80 yards and a pick. So,
well, wait a minute. You had Marcus Mariota as your starting quarterback, and you're blaming Todd Gurley.
Desperation at the end of the year,
exactly,
Steve. You know how it is.
My team wasn't built on quarterback play. It was built on wide receivers and tight end play. I mean, it was, I was a Charlie Strong team. I kind of, yeah. So,
okay, fair enough.
Yeah, but
anyway, Charlie, who did Charlie have? Teddy.
I'm just saying, I grinded out some games. It was not exactly
okay. All right,
a Big 12.
Just to put a little bow tie on Nick Valvano's player profile. When I heard those stats, and I'm just like, 7 games is good participation. 600 yards. I was thinking this is kind of outside of the football team topic. It's like, if you have the video, if Evan Conley never took another snap, and you have the video of Evan Conley and what he's done in college, that would be just the most valuable stuff to have. If he never took another snap in football for the rest of his life, what he has done can shut up 99% of sports fans. Look at me, look at me coming to this game, score this winning touchdown, and run away from people. He got in against Virginia, completed a couple. I mean, he had some low lights too, but
how much are his grandchildren gonna hate the stories of there's Grandpa Conley again talking about that freaking Wake Forest game? Yes, we know you were a star, all rookie of the week. Come on, Grandpa.
Get used to it. kids, get used to it. This is the circle of life.
There you go. But Evan Conley, I feel like you have a little bit of you can breathe a sigh of relief in your long snapper game and a little bit of depth. You know, if he comes in,
I was going to say
it'll be okay.
I was going to say I hope I don't see you, but scratch that because I hope I do see you, and I hope I see you with a comfortable lead.
Right.
And I hope Malik is over there laughing with the rest of the friends when I do see you.
Yeah, and you don't have to. At least when when he comes in, you know, you feel like, okay, we still got a chance. He can still get the job done.
No, I want to see him at garbage time.
Oh, just mess up some spreads.
Yes, that's exactly.
There you go.
Yeah. Or human victory cigar.
Yeah, there you go. I like that.
Go in there and take those last snaps.
Victory cigar.
EC, go ahead and get some.
Is that his nickname now? The cigar? I
no,
like that.
You got to win first.
Yeah, that's a good point. El Cubano.
Right. Okay. Steve, you got something?
Yeah, I got an interesting one for you. This is one you're going to want to pay attention to. Okay. This is one that personally a coach on the team who enjoys the player profiles said, just a little insider tip. I want to watch out for this guy. Well, thank you.
Steve, you're not allowed to cheat. Stop cheating, man.
Listen.
Stop. You know what? You're stacking your team. You're stacking your team. So now when the season comes, you're going to be able to go back to each individual profile, and we're going to have 12 dudes that are really standout players. And Steve is just like purposely getting his little inside information. And then, I'm going to randomly pick, this guy who he has 10 packages for the Ole Miss game, that
he's going to look like a genius.
Right. You are cheating, Steve. You are you're cooking the books right now.
Listen, well, get more insiders. I don't know what to say. Look, your insiders tell you about Kentucky crimes, and mine tell me about the defense. So,
which one's more important?
Yeah, which one's more important to you?
My defense. Keep going.
Listen, let me give you a guy who was a walk-on last year. He was a walk-on from Illinois. Marques, he was an addition from Hoffman's Estate, Illinois last year out of Constant High School. A strong safety. 6'3", 212 pound. He was named honorable mention by the Chicago Herald Leader after a solid single season, which saw him as one of the top tacklers in the area. He was one of about 40 potential walk-ons that come to Louisville when they announced their preferred walk-on program. So now remember, so he came down and said, I'm going to give that a go. Do that. Picked Louisville because he felt like there was a place he could go in and continue, his career and different things. Now you want to hear something interesting. Now, you remember what I said? Walk on, strong safety, 6'3", 212.
Before you say it.
Yeah.
Blank popped his head in real fast. I have the door cracked because it's hot as balls in here. Okay. And he wanted to offer a guess, but then he wasn't sure about it. But yeah, he just kind of did a drive-by guess.
Okay. Well, then hang on. Let me give the answer, and then we'll see if his guess was right.
Okay.
You like my little 6'3", 212 strong safety, Marques?
Indeed.
Well, then let me introduce you to my 6'4", 250 pound defensive lineman, Mason Raker.
Say that name again?
Yeah.
Mason Rhaegar, who last year was a 6'3", 212 pound walk-on strong safety, who is now 6'4", 250 coming off the edge. Mason Rhaegar, number 95. I was told you might want to remember that name.
Nice
Just
to meet
throwing
you.
it out there. Marques, what?
You be cheating. Quick commercial break. Middays with Marques Maybin on 93.9 The Ville.
The best patio in our area is at Union Restaurant and Game Yard just across the walking bridge in Jeffersonville, Indiana. Union Restaurant and Game Yard is 4 seasons of food, drink, fun, and games for kids and adults. featuring fire pits, 4 separate bar areas, all types of innovative games to go along with a creative food and drink menu. Come on out to Union Restaurant.
I don't see him so far now. Let me do a Sports Center.
Now for an ESPN Louisville Sports Center update.
Good morning. I'm Nick Valvano, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by BJ Heating and Cooling. Call the experts you can trust, bjheatcool.com. ACC news emerging this morning from the AP, the ACC, Big Ten, and Pac-12 plan to announce today that the 3 leagues will form an alliance to work together on items such as football scheduling and college sports governance. A person familiar with the talks among the conferences told the AP the commissioners of the 3 leagues are expected for the first time to publicly address an idea that has been discussed for several weeks. ESPN Louisville will keep you up to date on that ongoing story. To the SEC and UK, a detail emerging from WDRB's Jason Riley reporting UK football player Vito Tisdale, who's facing an additional charge for having a gun in his possession at an altercation with a fraternity party on March 7th, was also charged in Bowling Green last month with possession of marijuana after being pulled over. Tisdale pleaded guilty July 28th. A 45-day jail sentence was probated. UK football coach Mark Stoops met the media yesterday during a luncheon and addressed a rough offseason for the Wildcats.
I know there's a few things going on out there right now that we will get straight. I promise you. I love this team. I love these players. None of them are perfect. That's for sure. We don't ever pretend to be, but you're going to love this team. It's a fantastic group. We'll get through a couple little hiccups that are in the road right now, but I anticipate we'll get through those just fine and get everybody back on the football field playing. I'm not just
head into the NFL. UK alum and Jags defensive end Josh Allen placed on the COVID-19 list. The baseball Reds start a series with Milwaukee tonight, 7:40. You can catch that one over on partner station ESPN 680 105.7. The Bats, they face Indy tonight on the road, 7:05. The Sports Center update also brought to you by Bear Nose Pizza. Yeah, it's that good. More middays with Marques Maybin next. This is Sports Center.
Are you looking for your next opportunity in the workforce? Look no further. UPS Jobs Kentucky is now hiring at upsjobsky.com. Right now, we are offering up to $18.50 an hour. You may even be eligible for a program that helps you graduate college completely debt-free and could also include a $325 a month living allowance paid directly to you. Follow us at UPS Jobs Kentucky and apply today at upsjobsky.com.
This is it. The final days of Genesis Diamond's GIA Diamond Extravaganza. Response has been amazing as savvy shoppers take advantage of this incredible value. It's truly a game-changing offer. Now through Sunday, all GIA certified diamonds at Genesis are 20% off. That's 20% below Genesis' already unbeatable price on the most beautiful GIA diamonds you've ever seen. Listen, this never happens. These discounts are rarely, if even offered to the general public. A 20% savings on all GIA certified diamonds is truly unheard of. In fact, don't be surprised to see other jewelry store owners and even diamond wholesalers shopping alongside you at this event. All diamond shapes are included: rounds, ovals, princess cuts, cushion cuts, hair shaped, even fancy yellow diamonds. From a half carat to 10 carats, from $1,500 to $500,000. Don't miss this chance. Get Genesis guaranteed best price minus an extra 20% on all GIA certified diamonds. But remember, this special offer ends at 6 p.m. this Sunday and will not be extended. Hurry for the best selection only at Genesis Diamonds, Shelbyville Road Plaza. See store for details.
Prescription products require an online consultation. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information.
Think you might have ED? Not sure? Well, we'd like to let you in on a little secret. ED is common. About 40% of men experience ED by age 40, but the solution is simple. Find it at 4hims.com.
I didn't have to talk to a doctor in person. There was no copay, and the medication was shipped right to my door in discreet packaging.
Hims took care of it, fast and easy. Now our love life is better than ever.
Get access to doctors online who can prescribe you FDA-approved ED medication if appropriate. The same active ingredient as name brands, but 90% cheaper. Skip the waiting rooms and pharmacy lines. Get a free medical consultation and rise to the occasion or your money back. Go to Radio to get your first visit free. No copay required. The only way to get this special offer is to go to 4hims.com/radio. FORHIMS.com/RADIO.
Looking for a hot tip to bet on? Check out the new match tips at Bet Rivers Sportsbook.
The new tips feature gives you special insights on player props and match bets for the top tips of the day. Go to BetRivers before the game, find your match, and tap the tips icon to see independent research on recent team and player performance. Bet with confidence. Visit the BetRivers mobile app or go to betrivers.com and get the top tips of the day. Must be 21 and located in Indiana. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 1-800-994-8448.
can run a mile faster than anybody else in the front court.
No way.
Who finished his mile.
Did they post those?
At 5 minutes and 51 seconds.
Who's the deer?
Gabe Wisnitzer.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
What?
That's what I needed.
Gabe Wisnitzer beat all the bigs. JJ was right behind him at 5:54. Gabe Wisnitzer at 5:51 was the fastest of the bigs. Now, how about this? This is a little bit interesting. The wings. You're gonna love this. Guess who the fastest wing was?
Wait, let me guess first.
Okay, because they give the top two. They give the top two. So you can go ahead and give me two.
The fastest wing is not Sam, because God, he has a funny run. Actually, it's funny because Gabe with his funny run, Sam probably is the fastest wing.
I know.
Fastest wing is I would say JJ, but they count him as a big.
Counted him as a big.
Okay,
so 5:54, so he wouldn't even have been close.
Matt Cross?
Matt Cross. 5:23.
Your delegation can run some long distance.
We can run, man, can't we? Look, I'm telling you, y'all laugh at me when I'm like, people are like, Steve, do you really run 2 miles a day? Yes. I don't. Yeah, you're still kind of a bigger guy.
Bunch of Prefontaines running around.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how I can do it. I can just do it.
They were inspired by that the Dutch guy in the Olympics who won the
right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He got everybody.
Yeah.
Guess who was number 2 at 5:24, 1 second behind Matt Cross?
A wing. Guess you got to guess, Nikki. Not the young fella.
Andre Davis work? Does he count?
Yeah.
He would be a wing.
Yeah, all right, that's my.
We've been talking so much football. I can't even think of my roster right now. Sam.
Mike James.
I was thinking young fella at first. God.
Mike James. The guards.
Mike James just showing off.
I know. The guards. By the way, the guards had to finish.
Okay,
5:25.
Listen, L. Ellis not gonna do it. It's Noah Locke, L. Ellis.
I'm leaning towards Noah Locke, but
yeah, because he seems like the only one mature enough to take this like really, really serious.
Yeah, all right. Nope. I'm gonna put my damn it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Noah Locke, but I think Steve said no.
Noah Locke.
Okay, it is Noah Locke.
Oh, it is.
Finished second. 5 minutes and 13 seconds.
Good Lord, these are times.
Behind the fastest guy on the team, 5:07. 5 minutes and 7 seconds. L. Ellis.
Was L. Ellis?
Really?
Yeah.
Really? That's a surprise.
I know.
And here's the thing.
It was a pleasant surprise.
It's no. Let me tell you how I feel about this. In the guard room, well, this is how I always felt. This is terrible. Coach Davenport, I hope you're not listening. Steve, I didn't care about winning having the fastest time. Coach, give us our time. Let me make my time. And let me go back to playing basketball. Right? Yeah. So I really thought L. Ellis had that disease that I had.
Yeah.
Like, dude, y'all know I'm the fastest person on. But he's told us that he's pretty much the best in everything.
Yeah, but and also, and I mean this respectfully, I think you'll know what I mean, because I'm sure that Coach Crum had many competitive things. One thing we know, though, about Coach Mack is he makes everything a competition. So I would, knowing Coach Mack the way we do, I wouldn't be surprised if there's an incentive for winning here.
But here's the thing. What incentive could he make to make you really want to win the fastest mile?
Oh, I mean, I'm sure. Look, players still don't like running after practice and stuff. Look, yeah, the winners of each thing get set up. Like, I mean, anything, yeah. Or look,
maybe it's a trophy,
a dinner, yeah, or a trophy, yeah, something.
You know what?
Like a title belt. Or
yeah. I guess that I would have. Okay, put it this way: I would have went for that gold jersey.
Yeah,
exactly.
I could see myself in practice. Give him up, gold jersey. You know what I'm saying? I could see myself doing that.
The competitor in you would.
Yeah,
sure.
Okay, good point. So maybe if you got the new listen, you got the new Donovan Mitchell's a week early if you win your
yeah. That's a good call.
Yeah, just let me post my Donovans a week early before everybody else on the team gets them. Whoever wins the mile,
the 3 fastest guys get the new shoe a week early.
I'd have cooked everybody for the Kobe's.
Yeah. What were your guys' best times? Actually,
I have no idea.
I'm happy to say that in high school I ran cross country. I was terrible at it. I got more hurt until my kidney almost exploded in college. I got more hurt running cross country than I did playing hockey. It tore me up. I mean, stress fractures, messed up back, the whole thing. Mad props to people who can run.
Yeah.
But it was 5:50 was my quickest mile, at least timed, and I don't think I ever beat that like in an untimed run.
No, I did 5:57. That was the fastest I've ever done. I think it was my senior year. Yeah, and athletic conditioning, we had to get it. So many of us, it was like you had to be under 6 to, or that was your goal time for a few of us. But yeah, I got 5:57.
Yeah,
that's impressive as a big guy.
Yeah. I was one of them.
Well,
listen,
D1 recruit.
Excuse me.
Listen, coming around that last turn when the coach starts saying 53, 52.
Yeah.
I'm letting off the gas.
Yeah.
I'm letting off.
I wasn't. I was the opposite guy. I was the opposite guy. When I started hearing 46, 47, I was like, oh, I got to get it. I was like, so that's why I'm like 5:57. Got it. All right,
coming around that last, I would be walking by the time we hit the finish line. If I still got 8 seconds left, just 8, 7, 6. Okay,
just pull up. Start that cool down early.
Yeah. Just like, come on, I'm sorry, coach. Let's go play basketball. Look, don't we do open gym after this?
Yeah.
And coach, I'm sorry. Kids, don't try this at home. And parents, don't let your kids get away with that. It's a very bad thing.
No,
see, we never had now the timed mile for me was in athletic conditioning class. It was a class you had to like play sports to get in the class. So it was part of the seriously. I mean, it was like part of the prereqs. Yeah, I know. They do things different in county.
Obviously.
Yeah, but anyway, so there was that. But now in for basketball, which I always got to miss conditioning because I played football, which was cool. But when I did go to conditioning, we did time 2:20s. That was kind of, so if you're on a quarter mile track, that's the straight and the whole curve. So it was like we had timed those. It was like you had to finish in under so many seconds or whatever. And it was like, that kind of sucked. But
like I said, the reason I don't even know what time is because I've never cared about time.
Crumbs Revenge said he had a 4:55 as a sophomore on the tennis team at Charleston Southern.
Well, that's impressive.
Okay, wait a minute. Do I believe that? You think? Hold on, because I don't just listen. Just ask Patty Ice. You're not allowed to just throw out numbers around me without me. Just hold on. Let me look at you. Let me think about your bone structure. Do I buy it or not?
I buy it.
Yeah, I do buy it.
He's got the lean, and I feel like I'm insulting them, but I was gonna say bird body, but that's not. It's more gazelle.
Nikki,
it's more
you're not
gazelle.
allowed. You're not allowed to talk about people's bodies anymore.
Yeah, well, I was doing that on the air.
You're talking about bird bodies and bird chest. He kind of has a bird chest. I mean, like a chicken. Like full. It's like no.
But see, I changed it on the air. Gazelle. I want people to know that I'm trying to do better. And Crumbs Revenge is not built like a chicken. He is built like.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I could see, especially in his prime. I buy it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I buy it.
You can see structure and say,
no,
okay.
I was good. He's actually built pretty well.
Right.
I mean, right. Yeah, so the first time I met him, I didn't know him like that, and I was like, he must have been an athlete. I mean, like you can tell when people are like, they're built like, he probably was an athlete back then. And then you can kind of like, I'm going to be Nikki. You can kind of see the frumpy in some too. And you're like, you probably wasn't an athlete.
It's by the way they walk. I mean,
Nick, you're a great producer.
Yes, Nikki.
I mean, you don't even have to be a good athlete to be, but you could just tell, they played sports. They got a certain walk.
Isn't it so great that Nikki said it, Steve?
Yeah.
Because it sounds like arrogant when I say it. You know what I'm saying?
Chauvinistic when we say it, like not chauvinistic, but like athletic.
I can watch you walk 5 steps and know you've done nothing in your life. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
at least athletically.
Yeah, right.
You might be curing cancer, but you never played. You never played a stick and ball game or ran or did. Yeah.
Right. And another guy, I can just see how you stepped up the curb. Like, hey, where'd you play? You know what I'm saying?
And you know what it was for me? It was Crumb's Revenge's chest structure. The first time I saw him, notice it the next time y'all see him when he comes in. I was like,
he's a good one.
Like, wonder what he did. And then once the more I got to know him and the more I listened to him on the air and stuff, I was like, God, he was an elite tennis player.
I'm gonna get hit with my eyes are up here next time I see Crumb's Revenge. And,
look at Crumb's Revenge tits next time.
His teeth, Steve.
His teeth.
I have no idea if that's legal.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you dump it out of emergency?
Do you want me to?
Yes. If you still can catch it on emergency,
we got it. We got it.
You should have said man boobs or something. Steve,
what?
You always find a way to dismount at the end of the show. I know. What are you gonna do now for the rest of your day? No. I'll tell you. Get out in the sun. Just get out in the sun.
Get that vitamin D, man.
Yeah. And anybody, if you enjoyed listening to the show, do me that favor. Get outside. Because you are going to be complaining the moment it gets cold. I'm sorry, YouTube channel. I left it on mute for about half the show. As always, 8150-93.9 is the number. 38